Over the course of Rec Room's history, this game has been a blast. But there have been some bad decisions that has been made for the game, leaving us, the players, in an annoyed and depressing state. Welcome to episode 1 of the BackDoor of Rec Room. The BackDoor of Rec Room is a series where I interview Rec Room players on their experience with the game. This series is all about getting to know Rec Room on a deeper level, and overall to gather everyone's thoughts and make everyone's voices heard. I'm here with No Name. No Name has been playing Rec Room for about 2 years. No Name has volunteered to make his voice heard on the BackDoor of Rec Room. No Name, how are you feeling today?
My day's been pretty good, B. It's been doing the same thing I've been doing for the rest of my life. Be me.
Sounds awesome, dude. Hey, I have about 3 topics that we're going to discuss in today's video, such as the play tab being a disaster, problems with updates, and voice moderation. You ready to begin?
You know I am.
Since 2021, Rec Room has made some bad decisions regarding the play tab. The play tab used to be full of new and engaging games to play, but now all we see is cash grab maps, aiming to take Rec Room's money via the Partner Creator program. These games have no love put into them, and they have millions of views on Rec Room. Since then, Rec Room has gotten a lot stricter with its creator code of conduct, but it still isn't enough. No Name, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, B, I think the new play tab, it's pretty mid in my opinion. Like the skitty toilets, the tycoons, everything like that. It's kind of trash, and it's making Rec Room trash. We don't want that. I don't want that. I know everyone doesn't want that. And I think might be a good idea is to a good opinion, like what type of map you're trying to do, instead of just making a random idea on there and just putting on there. Jujutsu Kaisen maps, Dragon Ball maps, everything like that. Just random collabs. It's honestly no one really wants that. Everyone wants a new adventure map. Everything that could be friendly for us, all kind-hearted, and very beautiful. Very beautiful maps. And it's just there's a lot of weird things in this play tab. Like a few weeks ago, I saw a very disturbing thing about FNAF and this just 18 plus kind of stuff. It was terrible, and I didn't really like that all that much. So it's real bad. I need to go.
Dude, I 100% agree with you. Like, I've seen so many games that are just unfun, and it, like I said, they pretty much just aim to milk Rec Room, basically, of all of their money and all of their funds, you know? And, like, there's a lot of these games, you know? Like, there's Marvel Hero PvP. Don't get me wrong, that's a good game, but it's unoriginal. You're taking Marvel and making it into a game. Still don't know how that game's not been copyrighted. Second of all, there's FNAF games, which are cool, but there's also, like, costume maps and, what's the name of the game that I saw the other day? Friday Night Funkin'. It's pretty much a game where it's a costume map, where literally all you do is you go in there and you roleplay with the costume. And for me as a creator, because I create, for me, I'm looking at the inventions and I'm just like, dude, you put no love into this game and you have millions of views. And to me, it's not fair because I'm one of the few creators that actually takes time to put into their creations and their works. I do circuits, I do building, I do a lot of stuff. The problem with the game at the moment is that I can't create a good quality room because either A worse version of the room has already been created, B, the game that I'm trying to make has already been made, but better, so it gives me no room or leverage, and C, Rec Room doesn't promote my game. Yeah, I have to promote the game myself. It's pretty much like the new tab is flooded with bad games, like costume maps and Jujutsu Kaisen and, you know, things like that. Unoriginal game ideas. Rather than me or other creators that have original game ideas that just go unlooked. I've seen a lot of games that have gone unlooked and have just genuinely not been. The games that I've seen have been incredible. but they don't get the fame that they deserve because the new tab and the hot tab is flooded with the same games over and over again. Since the start of game development, there's always bound to be bugs and glitches, but Recroom, it feels like they don't try with their updates. Every game has glitches, but if you look at other games, like Fortnite or VR Chat, or even Fall Guys, these games don't have as many noticeable glitches that you experience every day inside of Recroom. Every update they add adds new features or chips that always causes issues within the game as a whole. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, B, that's a very good question. Like every update, it just gets buggier every time. My headset can't really handle all these goddamn updates. And I really think this many updates, it's just too much. Like, I get it like every week or so, it has an update to fix all the bugs, but it's just a bug after a bug after a bug. There's no really, that's just not good at all. Like, every update, my headset just dies on instant when I join my rooms. And this one update, it took me 3 to 4 days just to get on to this game. And honestly, I was gonna quit there. It sucked, and it really pissed me off. And this last few updates, it's just with the new addition to customizing your outfits and stuff, I can barely see all my outfits. It's very stupid. When I scroll every time, it's just I can't see anything. And they always say they're gonna put new stuff every single time, but it never happens. It takes about 2 months or so, next update or so. It's just really sucks to be in this type of place and just having bad updates. Like, come on, game, work.
I 100% agree with you, dude. I'm not gonna lie with you. And for the people that were watching, if it was picked up on video, your mic was cutting out terribly. Like, it was bad. You sounded pixelated. You sounded like you were in a Super Mario game, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Those type of bugs you don't experience with games like Recroom and VR Chat. I'm one of the people. Did I just say Recroom and VR Chat? My mistake. I meant Fortnite and VR Chat. I'm one of the people who, you know, kind of plays Fortnite. Not like a lot, but I'm pretty deep into, like, you know, Fortnite. And I never really experienced that many bugs or issues, you know? Same thing with VR Chat. When I get on VR Chat, the only possible thing wrong with VR Chat is the performance. And it's because everything is made with Unity. There's nothing that's made with optimization. The only thing that's optimized is Unity, and Unity itself isn't even that optimized itself. So it gets kind of crazy, you know what I mean? It gets kind of crazy. And with this game specifically, it just genuinely feels like there is no love that is put into updates. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, shout out to the developer team because they truly are trying their best. I don't want to sit here and say that they suck at their jobs and that they're terrible people. No. But I just think that with a bigger team or with just more thorough when it comes down to pushing out updates, because there shouldn't be this many issues. With the game, there should not be as many issues as Recroom has. Whether that ranges for performance, whether that ranges to the optimization of the game, or whether it ranges to genuinely just the game as a whole. Like, for example, the Maker Pen is still very buggy. Rooms 2 is in alpha, but it is still highly buggy. There's Recroom Studio. Recroom Studio, when it first came out, was practically unusable. Avatar Studio, that just got released, is most likely not usable. I feel like if they took more time and effort to do the updates, rather than just pushing them out instantly because things need to be fixed, and what they're doing is they're pushing out updates to fix things that are breaking more things. That's exactly what's going on. They fix A, B, C, D, E, but then they're breaking F, G, H, I, J. Like, come on. And that's a part of game development, you know? You fix some things and then more things spiral with the wrong code. It makes sense. But the problem with Recroom is that they don't even... It's almost as if they don't try. You know what I mean? One of the next things that I want to talk to you about is voice moderation and toxicity within Recroom. For those of you who don't know, voice moderation is a feature within Recroom where our voices get logged and flagged if any language against the code of conduct is detected. I've spoken to multiple moderators and staff within Recroom that all say the higher the level, the higher the risk. For me, I've always seen people breaking the code of conduct, but they get no action taken, even though they're in a publicly moderated room. With us level 50s, we say one wrong thing or play the wrong song, and we're immediately banned with no warning at all. With toxicity, with the AMAs with Gribbly, toxicity according to Gribbly has gone down drastically. But according to us players, toxicity has only gotten worse over the years. For me and No Name, and me and some of my friends, we like to go into rec centers and like to go into parks, and all it is just these little or grown people who are just saying slurs and are just genuinely going around harassing anybody in their path. And it's not fair to us people and us players who are nice and respectful to everybody. We go into one room, see somebody breaking the code of conduct, we get action taken against us for either one wrong word or genuinely no words at all and something got picked up wrong. Rather than people who are actually physically sitting in front of us breaking the code of conduct that are getting no action taken against them. What's your thoughts?
You're totally right, B. This voice moderation, it's just out of control. And like you just said, the parks and everything like that, it's just a bad place for people. All the swearing, all the cussing, all the harassing, it's out of control. And the Rec Room people don't really do much about it. I'm gonna say there was a moderator there, one that I saw. He tried to do something about it, but nothing still worked. And I was very confused, even though those are the type of people that actually do that. Very, very irritating. And I think they need to put a little bit more strict and a little bit more planning when they're trying to do voice moderation. And if there is a certain type of language that is put on the board, it should be kicked or at least voice banned at least an hour or two or so. But it doesn't give no warning or even though so like that. And you're right about the higher the level, the higher the risk. It's honestly kind of unfair to most Rec Room players since everyone's a level 50 nowadays. And whoever starts a new account, it's just like being God for a little bit. Saying whatever you want, doing whatever you want. There's no rules for level 1s or level 20s.
Exactly.
They're out of control. And I honestly think if they can't fix the voice moderation or anything like that, what's the point of even trying to continue the voice moderation? Like, if it's not even gonna work with some people, why does it have to work with everyone?
Once again, 100% agree with you, dude. Like, I can't agree more. With toxicity in Rec Room, I feel like it's only gotten worse, and it's still getting worse. And I feel like when a volunteer moderator or like a staff member joins a room with toxic people, the toxic people don't want to get banned or want to get in trouble. So what happens is they completely stop being toxic. So that the staff member or volunteer moderator doesn't get them in trouble or get any repercussions put onto them. The second that they leave the room, they go right back to being toxic. That's why staff members and developers and volunteer moderators do not see the bad side of Rec Room. It is only because they don't want to get in trouble, so they completely stop. Now, don't get me wrong, voice moderation has been good in a lot of instances. There have been instances where there have been people who have deliberately broken all boundaries of Rec Room, and they've gotten themselves in trouble. But the thing is, it just genuinely feels biased. For level 50s or higher levels, it's genuinely biased. I feel like the newer the account, the higher the level of like toxicity that they're gonna bring to the game. it's mostly in lower levels under 25 to 30 that are the most toxic players. When I go around and I see freaking people, literally all that I see is toxic people under level 30, under level 25. I have never seen a physical toxic person that has been a level 50 or a level 45. Now, that does not mean that there are not toxic level 50s, because there are a lot of toxic people in the world as well. The thing with this, and this game specifically, is that toxicity is genuinely just an issue that they say is solved, even though toxicity is not solved. They're going around in AMAs and they're going around in the Discords and they're saying, hey, this issue is fixed. They're saying that the issue is going down, even though the issue is not going down and it's only getting worse. I feel like they should have more communication. And that leads me to my third point. Before we continue with the video, I do want to give a little shout out to Cosmic Visionaires. Cosmic Visionaires is a group of awesome and talented individuals. Their goal is to create amazing games on Rec Room. I have the privilege of being a partner with Cosmic Visionaires, and it's awesome, you guys. Like, their community is amazing. They're very popular and talented individuals, and they are the nicest people you're ever gonna meet. I highly recommend that you check them out. On the screen, there should be a Discord link to the Discord if you guys would like to join Cosmic Visionaires, or if you'd like to be kept in updates, there is a club that you're able to join as well, that I'll also leave a link to down in the description. I highly recommend you check out Cosmic Visionaries. This is their clubhouse that we are currently in, called Cabin Cove, and one of my favorite rooms by them. Highly recommend you check them out. The next thing that I want to discuss with you about is general communication with the Rec Room community. There have been a lot of AMAs. I believe there's been 35 AMAs, and don't get me wrong, they're pretty good, but the things that are said in these AMAs just genuinely either A, don't live up to the hype, or they just genuinely don't make sense. Like the 34th AMA with Gribbly, where he pretty much did a 45-minute long video where he discussed the state of Rec Room and the vision that they're trying to achieve. And pretty much throughout the whole video, pretty much all he said was all of the issues within Rec Room will be solved once we achieve this vision. How long is a vision gonna take? Like, how long do we have to wait as players for you to fix the game? How long do we have to wait for the play tab to be fixed? How long do we have to wait for you to genuinely just fix the game overall? When are you going to take the feedback that you're getting and put it into the game? Like, for example, with the double shot being removed, I'm one of the players that use double shot, but I wasn't like a big like, oh my god, I need this back right now. Like, no, I wasn't like that. It was just more of a, this is something that you should have brought up to the community as a vote and let the community decide. But instead, you went out of your way to fix a bug that didn't need to be fixed. According to Gribbly, the double shot was a bug, and it was in fact a bug that has been around for years, but it hasn't been bothering anybody, so they haven't wanted to fix it. But with the state of the game right now, and with all of the bugs that this game has, why are you taking the time and effort and team members to fix a bug that doesn't need to be fixed? Double shot did not need to be fixed. It wasn't breaking anything, it wasn't breaking any issues, it wasn't causing any problems, but instead, rather than listening to the community and fixing what needs to be fixed, you went out of your way to take the team members that you only have a limited supply of, and you put them to fix a bug that didn't need to be fixed.
I hear what you're saying, B. Me personally, I don't really go with the community that much. I don't speak into it that much. But in my personal opinion, the devs and everything like that, they need to listen more. They need to, if they're not hearing out, they need to hear out. But they just need to fix their game.
Me personally, I'm one of the people who really interacts with the community. I'm very active in the Rec Room Discord. I'm very active in the Creator Hub Discord. And there's just a lot of stuff that I see that people are giving their feedback on, or they're just having topics about things with developers. And the developers are hearing them out and saying, yeah, I hear you. This will be a feature. Here, or then. Either A, it never becomes a feature, or they just don't respond because they're busy. Now, what doesn't make sense to me is that you take time out of your day to discuss about what's new, Like for example with Avatar Studio, there's certain people like Joel. What he does is he goes every now and then into the Rec Room Discord, and he discusses about Avatar Studio or the updates about it. There's Jay, who is always active and always there for updates. Now, what's really odd is that they just don't listen, you know? Like, I'm one of the people who is very nice and kind to the devs. They're trying their best, but I give my feedback on things, and I either A, get a rude response back, which has actually been a thing, or I just don't get a response at all. With Gribbly says that he's active inside of the Reddit, the Rec Room Reddit. I haven't actually seen him type in like a month, maybe even 2 months. But he says that he's very active. So what's going on? You know, there's also, like I said, there's devs who come in here and they're like, hey, I'm here to listen, and then they turn their head this way. You know, like they point their ear in your direction, but it goes one ear and out the other. You know what I mean? Other than that, that's episode 1. Thank you, No Name, for joining us on episode 1. If you have made it this far, thank you for watching. Stick around for episode 2. I will have a special guest on the show. And if you do enjoy this show, let me know in the comments. Have a great day.